Today I have a special unboxing, something that came in from a company called Gear Infusion. They reached out to me, wanted me to check out a few things, and I was really excited because once I saw what they were making, I thought, yeah, this is cool. So let's take a look. All right, today I'm opening up my box with my little native with the Rich Garage Technology scales on there, and my little CME and my Lynch Northwest clip. Makes this a fun little knife in CPM 20 CV blade steel. Let's get into this box. See what we have here. All right, here we go. What do we have in here? Let me make sure there's not any stickers or any information. Oh, we got lots of stickers. Oh, that's very, very cool. All right, we got that. All right, so I've got a little, I do have a receipt in here. I just want to put that off to the side. Okay, very cool, very cool. All right, so Gear Infusion is the name of the company. If you're wanting to check out some more information, there you go. Scan that, right? They make all sorts of little cool things. And I asked if he had some stickers I could put in there for giveaways and stuff, and he did send me some stickers. Very nice. Thank you, thank you. All right, so we have two items here. He wanted me to have one for myself to make sure I would use it, and then he also had one for each of us to give away. So we have a couple of things here, and which is cool. So one's I'm going to open, and they're going to be mine, and then the other two, these are going to be giveaways. These are pretty nice. We'll take a look at them here in just a second. You'll understand that this guy makes some really, really cool stuff. All right, so let's get into this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use my small knife here. So the first one that we're looking at, I'm going to move this off to the side. We'll look at the GhostTi first. This is... looks like, how does he label this? Grade 5 titanium, right? We're looking at a quick deploy retract. It is a dual blade lock, tool-free blade swaps, and fits universal blades, all right? So if you look back here, we've got dual magnet lock, so it uses a magnet. This is kind of cool. It's kind of a little bit like, it's not quite the, Winter Blade Co. kind of, magnetic magic, but it's still using magnetic, so that's cool, right? Dual blade lock mechanical right here, right there as well. Tool-free blade swaps, cord cutter right there, which is kind of cool. Machine titanium, a box ripper and pry bar, and a key ring loop as well. Cuts, safety tape, bubble mailers, cords, twine, drywall, leather, paper, and all sorts of stuff. All right, so very cool. Let's get into this one here. So what is the best way for me to get into it? I'm going to assume maybe like this. Let's see if we can do that. All right, very cool. All right, so I'm going to move this packaging off to the side. All right, okay, I will tell you right now, it is light. Very light, which is cool. You expect that with titanium, first of all. So that is cool. All right, I feel it's light. All right, so then we've got the clips over here. There's the magnetic. So let me find something steel. All right, so it does stick. So you can put it on a refrigerator or something, right? That's the first thing. All right, so how does it deploy? Do you just push it out? Let's go back over here. All right, so tool-free blade swaps, dual magnetic key ring. All right, so we're going to look at this. We're learning this, right? All right, so there's the... Oh, okay. So I want to push this way. Okay, so push this way. Oh, okay. All right, that's cool. All right, so one-handed, I can push just gently right there. The blade releases. You see where the mechanism is right here? So let me go back here and show you that. So I'm going to slide it back. You see this right here? This right here, this little part locks on the blade right here. So if I try to push this blade forward, it's going to stop right there, okay? All right, and so I can do this is one-handed, hold the blade, push this, slide it forward. And then it locks right there in place. And that's a short blade. And you could do this, slide it forward, and have a longer blade for cutting, right? So now it's cutting. And then when you're talking about the seatbelt cutter or the cord cutter right there, you can use that part right there, right? So if I had something I needed to cut, do I have something I need to cut? Do I have something I could cut? Let's see. Yeah, so see, I can cut like that, it'll cut into it. So if I'm cutting a cord or something, you can do that. That's cool, right? All right, very, very nice. I like that. And I like the little pry bar. That's really cool. Gear Infusion right there. All right, so then to close it, now there's a magnet back there. So to close it, what I'll do is I'll push back, and it just locks right in place. There we go. So go up, and it locks in place. Very good. Nice. I like that. Okay, this is, it's straightforward. It's a knife. So, you know, might as well, I mean, it's a razor blade. So you all know how that's going to work. We're going to go ahead and lock it in place. There we go. So, of course, it cuts like you would expect it to, right? As any razor blade might. And the nice thing is, it does say it's pretty quick to replace, right? It says right there. Tool-free blade swap. Yeah, so all I need to do is pull it up like this. And you just pull it right out. And you put another blade right in, right? And then I'm going to put it back right on there. Now it's back in the channel. There you go. And it's right in place. Very cool. I like that. It is, sometimes the simplicity of a functional tool is in the beauty of how it just works. How it just works. And this does that. You've got a pry bar. You've got a keychain lock there. You've got, what else is he saying on here? You've got the key lube ring, magnet, dual mechanical lock, cord cutter. Yeah, it does exactly what it was meant to be. It's convenient. It's small. I mean, I can stick it on something. I don't know. Is that steel in there? No, it's not steel. But I can stick it, like, let's say this was the wall. I could just hang it on there, and there you go. So put it in the fridge. It's a very nice little, just got to move that back like that, and it locks right in place, and there you go. You got yourself a little blade. Just perfect, right? And then it keeps it in place with that magnet holding it over here. That's nice. Yeah, I dig that. That's cool. All right, very cool. I'm going to put that off to the side. So let's, well, you know what? No, we'll use my knife for this one. It'll be a little easier. All right, so we're going to get in here, and this is a Flint to go. Oh, you got Flint. Oh, okay, okay. So this right here is a Ratchet Keychain Multi-Tool, EverRatchet. Keep cranking with the built-in ratchet driver. So it's got a driver. We've got a couple of spare bands to keep the bit in there. It's titanium as well. Ratchet driver, box opener, bottle opener. So it's a box opener. So that means it's got to be like a knife in there. And a fire starter. That's what that Flint is. So let's look in the back here. So let's look at this thing here. So we have, this is a 5/16 8mm hex. This is a key ring loop. We got a 7mm hex right there. Okay. Metric ruler on this side, 45-degree angle marker. All right. We got a 30-degree angle marker. Okay. Temporary chem-resistant storage bands. Chem-resistant storage bands. It keeps things in place. Imperial ruler on this side. We've got a file over there, okay? 6mm hex as well there. 3/16 5mm hex. A wire stripper right there. We got a grip tooth bottle opener. Okay, okay. A box opener and store and score edge right there, okay? Flathead screwdriver if you wanted to. A scraper. 1/4 inch titanic static driver. So I guess that could be in there. If you don't use the ratchet that's up there, right? You got a thumb rest, patent pending 1/4 inch ratchet going on there, okay? Dynamic ratchet beam, okay? So that's what we got going on here. Very, very cool. Let's get into this thing. All right, so I'm going to cut it away to make sure I don't get cut into anything important. I do like this is not incredibly difficult to get into plastic. Sometimes getting into some of these plastic things are impossible. All right. All right, so here is the tool. Do I have enough access? Here's the flint rod. Okay. I'm gonna stand you up. So I want to take these out because it's very easy to accidentally throw stuff like this away. I can store this in a place where I would keep little pieces like this too. All right, so very cool. All right, so let's look at this guy. All right, so here's a pry bar. So I like carrying a pry bar, just so you know. And I find a pry bar very, very useful. And I use this bottle opener. And so you've got a bottle opener here as well. Got a little file that he said you can use. This is a little place to hold it as well with. Okay. This is the hex bit over here. Very cool. Okay. And then you have the rubber band right here that keeps everything in place. So without taking that out, let me see, because it's supposed to be a 1/4 inch driver, right? Is that what it takes in? I believe. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Oh, look at that. So that's opening. I think I went down a little too far. Yeah. Oh, come on, get in there. Is it only going this way? Okay. All right, so there we go. So, okay, very cool. I like that. That's neat. That's neat. So obviously that's much bigger there. Now, is this, oh, look at that. So that's a fit right there for the, you can put that in there as well. If you need it to just tighten on there and then screw something, you could go like that, right? I could put it on here and I could be using it as well. Or I can use the ratchet, which that's to take it off. I like that. I like that a lot. That's really cool. Very cool. All right, so that's the hex. I like the extra rubber band, so let's see how easy is it to take off. I guess you could store the flint in there as well. And I mean, I don't know if you know, but flint, I have some of the stuff, and it's what you can start a fire with, and what you do is just scrape it and it causes a little fire. I don't want to do it here on top of this mat or anything, because I don't want to cause anything to combust, because this heats up pretty well and that can start a fire, but definitely feels like the flint. Yeah. So there we go. All right, so let's see, how do we get into this here? This should come right off, just like if I can get my fingers on here. All right. There we go. So I just take that off like that. And then the bit comes off. So this right here is a P2 flathead screwdriver, and you could put it in here, right? Or you can line it up here in the ratchet, and then you can there you go. And I could, if you wanted to, like if you really, like if you want to carry your own Torx bit, something you know that's always going to be loose. Like, let's say you have a Spyderco and you always know the T8s or T10s are going to come out for some reason because you didn't Loctite it really well. You could carry one of these with you. And then you always have a little tool quickly to access it. You could tighten it right up with, and that's nice. That's really cool. All right, and then to put these back on should be relatively simple, right? Just putting that right there, and then, oops, probably easier to do the short side first. Yeah, like that. How about I just roll both sides together like that? There you go. All right, we do the same over here. Probably just roll right on top of that since it's already into the little groove, and can just roll right over it, right? Yeah. And there we are. We're right back. All right. All right, so now it said it was like 30 degree and 40 degree. So if that's a compass, if that's supposed to be a metric, an angle marker, where is your point that you get for the angle? So if that's 30, where's my reference point for that angle? Yeah, I got to figure that out. I don't know. That would be my only little I would need a little help with this. How do I use that angle marker? Where's my, does it say on here? Imperial ruler, okay. All right, so this is an inch, I'm going to guess, right? We can probably measure that. That should be an inch, right? So that should line up right there with an inch. Yep. Or half an inch. So that's a half an inch right there. Okay. And then the other one is going to be metric. Let me see. Do I have metric? I do. So then this other one's going to be lined up with metric. So yeah, it's going to be 1 centimeter. See that? So that's lined up with 1 centimeter. Okay. That's cool. I like that. I like that. Definitely digging that. All right. I'm just not sure how that angle, where is my pivot point? So is it, if that is supposed to be 45 degrees, so that means we're 90. So what is exactly 45? So that means we're at 45. So maybe it's 45 from, as we're laying down. Let's see. I mean, I don't know if this is close or not, but so if I do this and then this, and so this should be, and then this should be. So we're looking at 45. So that's 45, right? Is that what they said? Right? And then that's 30 degrees right here. Okay, so that means that's 30. And then this up here is 45. Okay. All right. I'm guessing that's how it works. I'm not exactly sure. I'll double check. I'll double check. But if you guys have one of these and you already know how it works, let me know. Let me know. I think that's cool. I'm going to put my bit back because I don't want to lose that. But I like this. I like this. It's very small. It's functional. It does what it wants to. I like the ratchet part. I like the fact you can have the flint. I might actually personally, I think I'm going to carry the flint. Matter of fact, now that we say that, I think that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to take that off. Go down here, drop that off. Come over here, put that in. Put that in place, and then I'm going to just roll that on here. So I want to carry the flint with me. I think that's what would work for me personally. I'm going to save these two parts. I have a little place over here, put in my little drawer so I can have access to it. But now I have a flint that I could use in case I need to start a fire. It's always nice to have a little fire starter. It's nice and light. You know what we should do? We should probably weigh that real quick. Let me grab my scale here. Just to show you how light this is, right? All right, so the multi-tool first with the flint in is 1/2 ounce. And then the razor blade with a blade is 0.7 ounces. That is incredibly light. Do I have my, let me get my Leatherman out over here. I mean, let me just compare it to my Leatherman. So the Leatherman tool is a much heavier tool. So just to get an idea, we're looking at almost 9 ounces, right? 1/2 ounce to 9 ounces. So this is a much bigger tool. Now, if you need more things, obviously Leatherman tool makes sense. It does. There's a place and a time for everything. But I think when you're talking about a small tool like this, I mean, heck, it just makes a lot of sense, right? So if we're looking at something like this, oops, let's turn this on. We're looking at something that's, I mean, it's just a little over 1/2 inch. And overall length here, we're looking at something that's, so we're looking at something that's 2 1/3 of an inch total width-wise. Likewise, the razor blade one here is about 2.62 inches, right? And then we're looking at something that's widthwise is less than 1 inch, right? So, I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, right? So we're dealing with something that's very light, very small, very easy to carry. This one definitely has a little place you can kind of loop it to your keychain or something. That works. This as well. You know, I like this, how it just works really quickly. And there's a razor. So it's something like if I have a little, one of my poles, aren't they steel? Oh yeah, that's steel. So I can hang it on one of these little clips over here that would stick right to it. All right, very cool, very cool. So just so you get an idea what these are. So this is this tool right here, and I put the flint in there, I took a little bit out, and this is the razor one over here. So let's put these two over here so you can see what each one of these are, okay? All right, very cool. Thank you so much to Gear Infusion and to, for allowing me to check this out. I definitely want you guys to keep an eye out for them. I believe he's got a channel that he's actually starting up, a YouTube channel, trying to give a little more information. Let me see if I can find that. And if I have that, I'm going to post that in the bottom. Yeah. So Brian is the owner of the company, right? And his wife, Danielle. He has, I believe, an Instagram page and a YouTube channel. And if I have those, I'm going to post a link for those down below. Definitely want to check those out for sure, because he comes up with some cool things. And I love, he's got other variations of this and a lot of other tools. He's done some really cool things out there. Definitely worth checking out. If you like little handy gadgets like that you want to carry with you, you just need a little quick blade somewhere where you're trying to open a box, this is just brilliant. It's brilliant, right? If you want just a small multi-tool, something you can carry with you to open a box quickly, have a screw if you just need to tighten something up, this is brilliant too. So I like that. I like these a lot. These are really, really cool. Definitely well made. I believe he makes these here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's designed there. Okay. So made in China. So these are made in China. All right. So both of these things here are assembled in the USA, but made in China. Okay. Well, hold on a second. This one doesn't say made in China. This one might be made in USA, because I know he makes some stuff in the USA. This one right here, I think. Yeah, I don't see it made in China on this one. So this one's probably the one he makes in the USA. This one is made in China, so he probably gets the parts and then he assembles them here in the USA, which makes sense. I mean, making razor blades, that can be expensive, right? You know, and it's where most people outsource their stuff anyways too. All right, very, very cool. Pennsylvania, he does design a lot of his own stuff, makes a lot of cool things. He also, I believe he can laser etch some of the stuff. So if you have something like this and you were to buy this, you could like do special laser etching and stuff on there, which I think would be stinking really cool. All right, I like these. I like these a lot. First impression, to be honest with you, I got this for free. I'll give you my first impression, right? I'm looking at this as a tool for what it is, okay? I'm not expecting a Leatherman out of this, right? I'm not expecting an arc. That would be unreasonable and unfair, right? But I am expecting it to work pretty well. And I will tell you, this is a pretty solid little guy here. I like that. And I do like the fact that this is very easy to work, open and close, right? And then the magnet there holds it in place nicely. And then you can easily get into it. And then it's locked in place. And now I can lock it here and I can cut my stuff. I can push that down, keep it in place. Right? So we're locked in. Are we locked in on top there too? Yeah, we are. We're locked in nice and solid. So now I can cut as I need to, right? So there you go. Very, very neat. Definitely, I mean, if you're going to need a more robust knife, I always say get the right tool for the right job. But if you need something that's going to do a little bit more, get a different knife, right? I'm not going to use a little native out bushwhacking, right? This is not a bushwhacking knife. This is a little miniature knife. This is a small knife, right? This is definitely not the right tool when you need a bigger knife, right? And then when you need something a little bit bigger, here's a much bigger knife, right? So you can see there's sometimes different tools for different jobs, right? So that's a much bigger tool, right? And then likewise, sometimes you might need something even just a little bit bigger than that, right? So you might get a bigger knife for a bigger job, right? So there's always a time and a place for a different tool. And I like these guys because they're really cool. little, like you can put in your wallet or put in your keychain, leave in your car. Ladies could put them in their purse or something like that. And it's just a nice tool to have. You have a little box cutter if you need to get into something. You have a little ratchet set if you need to tighten or loosen something, or a little ferris rod, which to me, that's a nice little flint, which allows you to start a fire. So if you ever need to start a fire, that is really helpful, especially if you're up north and you're stuck out in the woods and you need to start a fire to stay alive. You know, there you go. So I'm assuming you might have that in an emergency kit in your car, I hope, but just in case, there you go. All right, very cool. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button down below? Subscribing and liking the channel really helps me out. It allows me to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who watches the videos, who likes the videos, who enjoys the content. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, hit that notification button down below so you can be notified of future content like this video and other videos. And a big shout out, a huge shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. You guys are so generous. You really do allow a lot of things for this channel that otherwise wouldn't happen. First of all, because of your membership, you're like workout buddies. You encourage me to keep going. I don't do this full time. I'm part time. So thank you. Thank you for that. Second of all, your generosity allows me to do things that I wouldn't be able to do much sooner. Like I can check out new things. I can look at stuff and then ship it back to folks. You know, people let me borrow a knife and I can ship it back, right? Because sometimes some of the knives I get to look at are very expensive. And as a result of that, the channel grows. The channel grows more quickly, and then we get to check out cool stuff like you know, stuff from Gear Infusion, stuff like this, and other awesome places. So I'm totally humbled by that. And appreciate you channel members for your generosity for it. So as my small way to be generous back to you guys, I do two things for channel members. One, I do a once a month members giveaway, right? It's better than the budget banger I try to give away every week. It's a little nicer knife. It's certainly not, you know, it's definitely not going to be a budget banger. So that's the first thing. The second thing, if you're a brand new channel member, or if you're a channel member all along and you're still a channel member right now, or if you were a channel member before and became a channel member right now, and you're a channel member right now, the only thing, you got to be a channel member right now. You've never gotten a channel sticker, email me with your name and address. I'd love to mail you a channel sticker and a small thank you note. Just to show my small way to say thank you and my appreciation. All right. Thank you to everyone out there. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel and watching the channel and all that good stuff. So if you haven't also, check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.